Welcome to the Immigrant in Law channel. In the last video, we talked about the most in-demand professions in the European Union, from IT and medicine to service professions. We figured out which countries are experiencing staff shortages and which areas offer real job opportunities. Now it is time to look a little ahead. What new professions will be especially relevant in the next 5 to 10 years? How is the European Union changing its economy? And what specialists will it need tomorrow? That's what we will talk about right now. The world is changing rapidly, and with it, approaches to work, education, and careers. What was considered niche or experimental yesterday is now becoming part of the economy at the level of the whole of Europe. This means that new professions are appearing, to which few people paid attention 5 to 10 years ago. The European Union is focusing on strategic areas, including ecology, digitalization, artificial intelligence, sustainable development, biotechnology, and clean energy. These areas are supported at both national and pan-European levels, including investment funds and international programs. Green transformation is not just a trend, but an EU priority. As part of its green course, the EU plans to become the first climate-neutral region by 2050. Billions of euros are already being allocated for this purpose, and there is a growing demand for specialists capable of implementing and maintaining environmentally friendly technologies. Among the most in-demand occupations, renewable energy engineers, development and maintenance of solar and wind installations, geothermal systems, hydrogen energy sources, energy efficiency specialists, building audits, development of solutions to reduce energy consumption in residential and industrial facilities, ecologists and environmental specialists, emissions monitoring, work with pollution control systems, environmental impact assessment, urbanists and urban planners of the new generation, creating smart and sustainable cities, planning green infrastructure, integrating environmental solutions into transportation and housing. These professions are particularly active in countries such as Germany, Sweden, the Netherlands, Austria, Denmark, and Finland, where government programs for retraining and employment in green sectors are already in place. Digital transformation. Technology is driving the EU economy forward. Digitalization covers all sectors, from agriculture to healthcare, and the demand for IT staff will only increase in the coming years. The EU is already experiencing a shortage of software developers and mobile solutions developers, data analysts and big data specialists, AI and machine learning engineers, cloud architects and IT infrastructure administrators, cybersecurity professionals who can protect business and government systems from digital threats. Programs like Digital Europe, Horizon Europe, and national initiatives in Ireland, Estonia, and Finland are driving the growth of digital hubs and IT parks. This creates opportunities not only for developers, but also for people with competencies in project management, design, UX, technical translation, and support. Innovation and science, the growing market for applied technologies. In addition to IT and environmental science, professions related to biotechnology, especially in pharmaceuticals and agribusiness, robotics and industrial automation, 3D printing and production design, blockchain technology and digital finance, artificial intelligence in medicine, logistics, and education. The demand for these professions is growing rapidly in countries with strong research schools: France, the Netherlands, Germany, Belgium, and the Baltic states. Companies are looking not only for scientists, but also for people who are able to adapt scientific solutions to business and implement them in practice. What skills are particularly important? To be in demand in the professions of the future, it is important not only to have specialized education, but also flexible thinking and the ability to learn quickly, knowledge of English and local language at B1 level and higher, experience with modern tools and technologies, communication, project management, and digital literacy skills. Companies in the EU often offer training and certification at their own expense, especially if the candidate shows potential and willingness to develop. If you are young, just choosing a direction, want to change profession, or build a sustainable career in Europe, pay attention to these areas. The professions of the future are not only a chance for a high salary, but also an opportunity to work on tasks that will shape the future of the entire planet. Even if your profession is on the list of the most demanded in the EU, it is not enough. Working abroad requires careful preparation and attention to detail. Below are the key points that are important to consider before employment in the EU. Recognition of qualifications and diplomas. In many fields, especially in medicine, education, and engineering, it is necessary to undergo the procedure of diploma recognition. The time it takes varies from country to country. For example, in Poland and the Czech Republic, from 3 to 6 months. In Germany or Austria, from 6 months to a year. Official bodies check whether your education meets European standards. Sometimes you may have to take adaptation training or pass an exam. Language proficiency. Even if English is spoken in the company, basic knowledge of the national language is often necessary, especially in healthcare, service, and human relations. Certificates at A2, B1, or higher may be required to obtain a visa or admission to a profession. Some employers even pay for language courses before moving. Type of work permit. There is no single work visa in the EU. Each country sets its own rules. For example, Germany has the EU Blue Card. It allows highly qualified specialists to work and live in the country with the prospect of permanent residence. In Poland, Lithuania, and the Czech Republic, employers can apply for a visa for an employee themselves. Important. Always check the legality of the offer and whether the company has a license to employ foreigners. Contract and working conditions. Before signing a contract, be sure to check hours of work and weekends, salary level after taxes, living conditions, if accommodation is provided, insurance and social guarantees. Some countries, for example, Slovakia and Latvia, have special regulations for foreign workers governing minimum wages and compulsory health insurance. As you have already seen, the labor market in the European Union offers a huge number of opportunities, both for experienced professionals and those just starting out. We have taken a closer look at both the current high-demand areas, IT, engineering, medicine, service professions, and the fast-growing areas of the future, environmental technology, digital transformation, science and innovation. Europe is in dire need of professional staff, and if you have experience, education and motivation, you have every chance to build a stable career abroad. However, it is important to understand, even with high qualifications and experience, employment in the EU is connected with certain bureaucratic procedures, from the recognition of a diploma to the issuance of a work visa. At the same time, there is one important point that greatly simplifies the path to employment: the EU citizenship. It gives the right to live and work freely in any country of the European Union without visas, permits, and additional conditions on the part of the employer. This fundamentally changes the starting conditions. Getting a job becomes easier, faster, and safer. There are no additional costs for the employer, and you get equal rights with local professionals. For many people, this is a real turning point in their lives. If you are seriously considering moving to Europe, it is worth to think about citizenship obtainment now. This not only opens up more opportunities, but also saves time and resources. Immigrant in Law specialists will help you obtain EU citizenship in the shortest possible time. We take care of the entire legal process, from the initial consultation to the receipt of documents. Leave a request for a free consultation with Immigrant in Law lawyers, and we will help you choose the best immigration strategy, prepare all the necessary documents, explain the legal nuances, and answer all your questions. Contact us if you want, not just to look for a job in Europe, but to have full access to everything the European Union has to offer. If you would like to learn more or start the process today, contact us now. We are ready to help you take the first step towards your new life. All contact information is in the description of this video. Give us a like, subscribe to the channel, and ask your questions in the comments. I will be happy to answer them. Discover the world of opportunities with Immigrant in Law.